So as you can probably tell from my shelf and past videos, most of my manga is shonen. A lot of it, I would say around 80% of it is actually from Shonen Jump specifically. And yeah, so this manga haul, I decided to try and broaden my horizons and kind of buy something that wasn't Jump. A lot of it still is action, but I'm slowly trying to kind of diversify what I have on my shelf. And before I get into it, I actually had a couple of issues. I purchased volume 34 of Attack on Titan. This one is actually not Attack on Titan, it is actually just Attack by Jack Clements. I have no idea who that is. It was for £3 on Amazon, so I should have suspected that it was fake. This came and I was a little bit upset, but they gave me a full refund and they let me keep the book. But now that I've put it on video, I will most likely burn it. I also purchased volume 30, which I think I ordered back in October, and it only came literally last weekend and it was completely waterlogged. The envelope that it came in was rather dry because it had been several months since it was obviously sent out. I did take a couple of videos and some pictures, and yeah, it's not very good, to be honest. Onto the manga haul, I have a moderate 20 volumes, I think. I picked up 9 volumes of Attack on Titan, completing the series. I picked up volumes 23, 24, 27, 28, and then 30 through to 34. I have read the series in its entirety a second time. I finished it back in April when the last chapter came out last year. And then I spent the whole of December for Christmas, 1 volume a month. And then I think on the last day, I binged around 5-6 volumes. Yeah, I think it was a solid series. Full of mystery and suspense, which keeps you reading. I've not read anything like this in the past or watched anything like this in the past. There's a lot of moving parts in this series, a lot of foreshadowing, a lot of action and emotion. And despite there being so much death, there was also a lot of happy and fun and kind of comedic moments at times, even during the somber moments. I don't want to spoil anything too much, but a lot of people didn't like the direction towards the end. But I personally loved it. Maybe because I'm a lot older and a lot of younger people were expecting. Yeah, you can't really say too much about the series. I think you just need to read it and experience it for yourself. And yeah, I think it's definitely a mandatory read for most manga collectors, I would say. And then next, I had a couple of Christmas presents. I was gifted the first 3 volumes of Vinland Saga. I watched the anime back in, don't even know when it was, 2 years ago, I think it was. A great Viking series. I have read a couple of chapters so far, and similar to Attack on Titan, the anime does change up the order of things. For better or for worse, I don't know. I would have to read the whole thing to see how that goes. But for the most part, I think the anime was great. I love Thorfinn. He's a great character. Love to see him grow. So far, it's just full of action and kind of suspense with a lot of death. It's really gruesome, and considering how old it is, I think 2005 it started. The artwork is actually really clean. For some reason I was expecting something a little bit more grittier, maybe something similar to like Jujutsu Kaisen or maybe even Berserk at times. So yeah, my plans for this one is hopefully to read 1 volume a month and pick up the rest of the volumes throughout the year, and by December 2022 I would have hopefully completed the whole collection. The next I got gifted was Spy X Family Volume 2. I did actually get Volume 1 as well, but it was in a different language. I was going to give it back, but I decided to add that to my foreign language manga collection. But yeah, I'm not really too sure about the tone of this one. It kind of feels like an action comedy series from the first few volumes that I've read. And the last series that I was gifted was Sweat and Soap. I've got the first 2 volumes. This one I actually found through Geeky Dreams. She's been picking these up as and when. She is the alleged Queen of Smut, so I kind of decided to pick this one up because it's completely different to anything else that I have. Yeah, hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's interesting. And yeah, I don't really know much about it, to be honest. I kind of just picked this up on a whim. Most of my manga collecting now has been coming from manga tubers, as opposed to me watching loads of anime and just wanting to continue the story as of late. And then a couple more recommendations. I picked up number 5, volume 1. I saw that Uchu Shelf commented on Twitter that this was now becoming in print, so I decided to put this into the basket. I think it's quite an old series. I think it came out back in 2002 in English, the first 2 volumes, and I don't think it sold very well, or they just discontinued it. Yeah, I don't really know anything about it, to be honest. I picked it up just because I know Uchu Shelf has a lot of Gekiga. I don't know if this falls under that umbrella, but I've wanted to pick up a lot of more kind of niche manga series rather than mainstream stuff. And then though I get a lot of recommendations, I can't pick every single one up. I picked up Drifting Dragons, which was recommended by someone in the comments, Born Hitman 47. He recommended this one. It's a fantasy series, that's all I know, and I'm assuming it's about dragons. So I'm looking forward to this one, and I've just noticed this volume 1 is actually creased slightly, which I'm a little bit disappointed about, but I think it's a bit too late to send it back now by probably a week or so. I also decided to pick up the first 2 volumes of Marshall. I am up to date on the Shonen Jump app, and I think it's a great action series. A lot of people compare it to One Punch Man meets Harry Potter, and although it's set in a wizarding world, I don't think Marshall, despite him being extremely strong, not as strong as Saitama, I don't think his character is similar to Saitama either. But I can see the similarities to an extent. Marshall as a character is extremely caring towards a lot of his friends, and what I like most about him is that he's extremely deadpan. His facial expressions rarely change, and the way that he moves in battle is just completely ridiculous, which adds to the comedic value. And also the volume design itself is really nice. It's really, I don't know, I guess magical in a way. It kind of feels like an old textbook sort of thing, especially when you line them up all together. And the color hues are really nice as well. The different shades of colors that they chose are pretty perfect, I think. I think the next one is pretty bright. I think it's like a turquoise though. And then last but not least, I picked up the first volume of Hell's Paradise. I picked this up simply because I'm currently reading Airshimon, which is also by the same creator, Yuji Kaku. And I think I may have made a mistake because this is the first volume, and I think I actually picked up the last one on Amazon. Volumes, I think 2 to 6 or through to 6, or maybe even 7 as well, are completely out of stock. I can't find them anywhere. I may have to, I don't know, I may have to bite the bullet and either not collect this one or wait hopefully until they get reprinted, because I think this volume is actually the 3rd printing, so hopefully they produce the rest. Maybe not, but we'll just have to wait and see. I haven't read it, so I have no idea what it's about, but hopefully it's a good read. It must be good if it's being sold out, but then again, I think the anime is going to be starting to air soon, so that's probably another reason why it's kind of sold out, along with the new manga from the mangaka. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I think it's around 20 volumes, so pretty moderate one comparison to most other people. But it was Christmas and I don't have a lot of money anyway. I'm trying to other than Marshall, I'm trying to diversify my manga shelf at the moment. Although I wanted to pick up the rest of Attack on Titan. If I didn't pick up that, I probably would have picked up some more isekai stuff, some other random stuff. I just want to read everything. But yeah, I keep saying it, but I just want to broaden my horizon. So if you have any recommendations of something good, maybe something that's relatively easy to get hold of and maybe that isn't sold out, maybe something that's not too long either, because I feel like a lot of the longer series, you can get some of the earlier volumes and maybe the later volumes, but the ones in the middle sometimes be quite hard to find indeed. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys had a happy new year, and I will see you next time.